Story time. So, I grew up in a small town. There wasn't very many sicklers in the town I came from, so we dealt with a lot of bias in the hospital. You were automatically an addict, just looking for some pain medicine. So I went to the ER in crisis, and they were already not giving me what I needed. It took them 2 days to admit me going back to the ER 3 different times. By the time I was admitted, I could not walk on my left leg or use my right arm. So my doctor put me on a PCA pump. The PCA pump was not working. So later that evening, he came back to see me and he said, "I'm going to give you something for breakthrough pain." And I said, "Okay." And that night, my son asked if he could spend the night with me in the hospital. My mom didn't want him to stay, but something was like, let him stay. And that was God. So we let him stay. The nurse came in about 30 minutes later. This was the new nurse for the evening shift. And she, introduced herself and she was like, "Hi, I'm going to do my rounds, and when I come back, I'll bring you, any medicine if you have anything due." And I said, "Okay, well, he just wrote for me for some breakthrough pain medicine, so can you please bring that?" When she came back, she had a key in her hand. I'm looking at her crazy because I know that key is for that machine. And so she comes and turns the machine off and disconnects me and said that my doctor discharged all my meds. He discontinued all my meds, I'm sorry. I said, "No, he didn't do that. He wouldn't do that. I'm in too bad of a crisis. If he was going to discontinue my meds, he would have just sent me home." "Well, I don't know what's going on, but he DC'd everything in your chart." And I kept asking her to look again. All night long, she would not look again. She kept ignoring me. I dialed that darn nurse's station so many times, and she refused to come and see what I wanted. She brought her nursing supervisor in to back her up that she couldn't give me anything. My fever was like 103. My blood pressure was at stroke level. And every time I asked, could I at least get a Tylenol, they refused me the Tylenol. They didn't want to give me anything. Stay tuned for part 2.